Hi everyone, my name's Ashley Harrison and welcome to Queens of the Kingdom. Hi Queens, it's Ashley, and today I want to start the first topic of the Queens of the Kingdom series. And this topic is pretty serious. Today we're going to talk about rejection. So in my past, I've experienced rejection from a lot of different places or different sources. For instance, I've experienced rejection from family and friends, and that usually came because they believe different things than I did. I hold certain morals and standards to be true in my life, and there are certain things that I won't do, and I think that Christians shouldn't do. And sometimes it has caused me to kind of had this battle with some of my friends or even family members about, little things that I think that everyone should know. But I mean, in all honesty, everyone doesn't believe the same thing, which is kind of crazy, but everyone's not convicted to the same degree that I am. So in some instances, that has caused rejection or some kind of tension between me and family or friends. But I've also had rejection from significant others. Now, that's a difficult one. When you think about that, it's generally stemming from like breakups. And I had some pretty tough breakups. If you guys don't know, I was engaged for a while to this guy I saw for about 4.5, almost 5 years. And I've also had relationships in the past that kind of stem from, that place of rejection. And it sucks. It hurts so bad when someone says that, you know what, you have all these things going on for you, and I thought you were it for me, but someone else has something that you don't. Ooh, that hurts because it's like, wow, I have so much to offer, and it's like, why aren't you taking me up on this offer? I'm such a great asset, but to them, you're not exactly what they need, and that's okay. But to go through that type of rejection is so difficult because it's just you. It's like no one really understands how hurt to the core you really are. And that all you want is that person back in your life. All you want is that person to see that after all this time, you are what they need and you are a big asset to their lives. But they don't see it that way. And I cried, I boo-hooed, little bouts of what I call undiagnosed depression and things like that. Like, it's really difficult to be rejected by someone you gave your all to, gave all of your love to, and for them to just throw it away to the wayside, it really sucks. So that's a different type of rejection. And then you also have rejection from career opportunities, jobs. If you're like me, you may be applying to schools, applying to graduate schools, maybe medical school, law school, things like that. And, schools reject you. I've applied to several medical schools so far, and I've been rejected by 2, and that hurts because it's like, wow, I'm so great. My grades are awesome. Like, I love what I do and I want to keep going, but they just don't think that I'm a good fit there. They may not think that I have all the things that I think I have going on for me. And, that sucks so bad. I have a story about the first time I was ever rejected from something. So I was coming out of middle school, going into high school. And there were several schools in the area that I thought about going to, but there were also other private schools that were kind of out of the way. And I'm from Dallas, Texas, by the way. So there are several schools in like North Dallas that I wanted to go to, like Hockaday or Green Hill or Dallas Episcopal. And for this particular school, which I'm not going to name, I had to go on an interview for. And so, to be quite honest, I think that was my first interview ever in life. Like, I really didn't know what an interview was or how to do it. Nevertheless, I went on the interview for this school. And, I just went in there kind of blindly. I didn't really know, what to expect or what to do. So I just answered their questions and, that was it. I walked out like, well, an interview's an interview. High school is high school, right? I'm just going to finish school, right? So a little while later, my mom gets the mail from the school and I open it. And I remember I'm on my way to church and I opened it to read it. And they basically said, you're rejected. You don't have the social skills that you would need to survive in this school or in this atmosphere. And y'all, my little middle school self, I was crushed. I didn't know I would feel so, bad about being rejected from this school, because I didn't know that I cared so much. But it's a blow to your pride. It's a blow to your work ethic and how great you really think you are for someone to say, we don't think you'll do great here, or we don't think you're a good fit, or we don't think you're beneficial. And that's this whole thing about rejection that just sucks. Like, it's rotten. It's the worst feeling. And you're just like, you just want to go up to them and be like, oh, I can do this, I can do that, I can make up for it in this area or that area. But I mean, at that very point in time, it's not really that you're good enough for that part of school, or that job, or that person. I mean, in your mind, you're just like, I'm just not enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not beneficial enough. I'm just not enough. And that's this kind of internalization we take from rejection. When in all honesty, there are some things in life that require rejection. One thing I was taught by one of my pastors when I was in college is that when I pray, she always tells us to pray, God, close the doors that need to be closed and open the doors that need to be open. And that's something I still hold true today. And I take that very seriously, because you don't want every single door open in your life, because sometimes those things that are open or are available to you, they're not beneficial. They're not where you're supposed to go. They're not what you're supposed to do in life. They're not giving way to your purpose or God's calling in your life. They're just aimless opportunities that kind of take up space, and sometimes deter you from your true calling, from your true destiny. Could deter you and cause you to go down a path that God never intended. So in some instances, rejection is a great thing, you know? And thinking back to that rejection I got for high school, in all honesty, that was one of the best things that ever happened to me, because if I hadn't got rejected from that school, I would have never went to my alma mater, Skyline High School, which I love dearly to this day. I would have never been able to be in the band. I would have never been a leader in the band for years and years in that band. I would have never met my band director, which opened the door to Southern University and A&M College in Baton Rouge, Louisiana for me, which is where I got my Bachelor's of Science in Biological Sciences, and which is where I went and joined the band and developed a crazy, crazy love for springtime concert type classical music, and it honed in on my musicianship and gained leadership skills, gained discipline. And I would have never met my mentor, who gave me research opportunities in the science field and allowed me to get into this post-baccalaureate program I'm in now for a master's degree. If I had never gotten into that program, I would be in some dead-end job I wouldn't want to be in, and I wouldn't be on the track to medical school, which is where I'm going now. So, guys, we just really have to think about rejection. Get to the root of the issue for us. Figure out if it's a pride issue, and figure out what God really wants us to do. Sometimes that rejection is a redirection into our true calling in God. So, ladies, embrace rejection. Yes, it'll hurt. Yes, it'll suck. Yes, it'll be just as icky feeling, and you might feel alone. But being rejected from that significant other you thought you cannot live without could lead you to the very man that God has predestined for you to the T, leading to a ministry of flourishing gifts, helping others, not just in your family, but in your neighborhood, on to different cities and states, and on to a nation, a different nation at that. You guys, rejection could be good. So, when you close your eyes tonight, I want you to get back up really quickly. Thank God for your day. Thank God for those closed doors. And pray, God, open the doors that need to be open and close the doors that need to be closed, so that I can be redirected into the purpose you have for me. Until next time, Queens, See you later.